How's it going, guys? This is the American Foot Channel, and once again, it is a tale as old as time. Uh, MLS is once again inferior to Liga MX. Um, there was a lot of people out there that were kind of tricked by this Leagues Cup crap last year, where it was an all MLS final. Lots of MLS teams knocked out a lot of Liga MX teams, but guys, that was false advertisement. By the way, before I even keep going, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Give you a moment. There we go. Like I said, guys, it was false advertisement. You know, there's a big difference when MLS teams get to play all their games at home against Liga MX teams. And then there's a difference between that and when teams have to actually go compete in the CONCACAF Champions League. As we see here, there were 7 showdowns between Liga MX and MLS teams, 2-legged affairs, home and away. And out of those 7 showdowns so far, there was only one MLS team that won, which was Columbus Crew, who beat Tigres, a strong team. They haven't been at their best recently, but still a strong team. They only beat them in penalties. So that's the only win, guys. All of the other 6 were, some of these were blowouts. Some of them were a little closer than others, but some of them were just straight blowouts. Like I'm looking at you, Philadelphia. You guys got destroyed by Pachuca. But once again, guys, like I said, it was false advertisement last summer. Liga MX is still very much clear of MLS. Those who don't believe that are either they don't know anything about football, or they're just straight up delusional, because there's no way you could think that MLS has surpassed Liga MX when you look at results like this. And then you just got to look at who's won the Champions League in over the last couple decades. It's been all Liga MX basically. Only one MLS team in the last almost 20 years at this point. Yeah, guys, MLS has a lot of catching up to do with Liga MX. Liga MX, they just have higher budgets for their top teams. Because don't get me wrong, the bottom, probably about bottom half, even maybe, a third of the teams in the league are weaker than MLS for sure. When you look at teams like Juarez and Mazatlan, they're for sure weaker than most MLS teams. I think for sure MLS teams have better, crappier teams, I guess. But when it comes to the big dogs, like the top half, your Tolucas, Pachuca, Monterrey, Tigres, America, even Chivas, they're just better than MLS teams. They have more squad depth. They have more funds. They're not held on their growth by a salary cap or their restrictions like that. You have teams like Monterrey just paying several players, what we would call DP money here in the States, or at least MLS. Several players, like 5, 6, 7 players maybe. It's just the squad depth when you look at a team like Monterrey against Inter Miami, who does have Messi and Busquets and Suarez, but after those guys, I mean, who the heck else do you have really? So there's a big difference, guys. I don't think it's a debate. I don't think it's been a debate at all. Some people do think that MLS is better than Liga MX. I am not part of that camp. I do not believe it. I don't think MLS has ever been better. Some people saw Seattle Sounders win that CONCACAF Cup, and then they saw this stupid Leagues Cup thing, and suddenly they're thinking that MLS is on par or even better than Liga MX. No way, guys. The U.S. men's national team is better than Mexico for sure. But when you look at the teams, most of the U.S. men's national team players are in Europe. They're not in MLS, really. So yeah, guys, there's a big difference between these teams. Columbus Crew has to play Monterrey. I think Columbus Crew has a good chance of advancing, to be honest. They're a solid team. But Monterrey, you could catch them on a bad day and beat them, but they're still a tough team. I mean, look at the players they have on their squad. Even Brandon Vasquez is, he was a killer in MLS, and now he's coming and he's killing MLS teams. So it's a strong team. And then the other semifinals, America, Pachuca. I think America's going to advance, and I think America, even if Columbus Crew does get past Monterrey, I think America has more than enough firepower to beat Columbus Crew somewhat comfortably, to be honest. I think they're just a much better team. I think America is the best team in all of North America and all of CONCACAF. I think they're the best club for sure. I don't think there's really a debate for that, to be honest. They have so many funds, just the players they have. They got a guy, Sendejas, who was a fringe national team player for us, but here in MLS, he'd be a DP starter, everything. And America, he does start a lot of the time, so that he is bench. There's just a lot of options there, and the way that these Liga MX teams are built, it's just way different than how MLS teams are built, with all the roster restrictions and all that salary cap. Which, to be honest, I kind of don't mind the salary cap. I kind of like that there's parity. I kind of like that you don't know who's going to win the league at the end of, or at the beginning of every season. I do like that, but it does kind of hurt MLS and MLS teams in this competition. In competitions like this, when they have to play teams that don't really go by the same rules, they just, they generate a bunch of revenue, so they're able to spend it. America's huge. You see people wearing America jerseys all over here in the States. It's a huge team, huge institution. People all over the world know who they are. But yeah, the salary cap does hurt them. I do kind of like it. I'm a little mixed on that. I'm not sure if it's something MLS should look at getting rid of soon, because then teams like mine are going to really suffer with cheap owners who don't like to invest. They're really going to suffer once you got teams signing 4, 5, 6 DP level players per team. But yeah, guys, Liga MX is much better than MLS still. Like I said, the top half of Liga MX they'd be smashing MLS almost every season. Liga MX, I'm not gonna say also that much superior to MLS, where it's like a different game. They are superior, but there's still MLS teams that could beat them on any day. It could definitely happen. I don't think an MLS team's going to win the Champions League this time. It's hard when you look at what the teams that they have to play. But anyways, guys, I just want to let you guys know that I don't think MLS is better than Liga MX. And I don't know, do you guys think it is? Do you guys think it's even close? Let me know down in the comments. And anyways, y'all have a good one. Take care.